and so I am looking forward to chatting with lots of you. Today I'm really going to be talking about something that I have been, some things about some things that you guys have been doing as well. So feel free and talk to me about that. I want to hear about your 4th, and I also want to hear about some of your plans that you got going coming up this weekend, because I'm assuming a lot of us aren't going to be hello. Seriously, my door just opened. That was very, very creepy. Hold on while I fix it. Okay. Okay, kind of creeped me out. That was kind of creepy. Hello, and welcome to Inspirational Media. I am Rashika. I am very excited about being here. My apologies. I came up for a minute and then I had to come back down because I had to fix something right quickly so I could come back to you guys. But I am excited about being here. I want to chat with you guys about some things that I got going on. I want to hear about what you guys got going on, what you guys did for the 4th. So today I'm going to be just chatting. And I'm also going to be talking about something that I'm very, very excited about. I hope that you can hear me because I had my sound turned down really low because I was working yesterday. But you guys, I'm so excited that you're here. One more thing, do not be afraid to come in and chat with me about whatever topic that I am talking about, or you can come right on in and chat with me about whatever you want to chat about. So I welcome you to this broadcast. It's not my regular time, but hey, I really wanted to come on. I could not wait until a later time. And usually I'm up on Thursdays and Fridays, but I have been out of town, you all. So I was in the mountains, and while I was there, I really wanted to go up live, and I wanted to do my broadcast, but the service sucked. It was pretty horrible. So I couldn't. I had to wait until I got back in town. So my apologies for not being up on Thursday. But I am here, but I'm early. I'm fairly early. Well, I'm about an hour early, earlier than the time that I usually go up, because I am so excited to share with you. I've been chatting about it. I've been asking you guys some questions about it. It is here. How to Get Away with Marriage is finally done. It is finally done. It is finally on Amazon. And we're working on Barnes & Noble, but we are finally done. And so it is a humorous guide. It's not a self-help book. I mean, it is. That's the category. But it is a very humorous guide. If you are young and you think, oh, my God, I am not interested, tell your parents. Tell your friends and your cousins. It is a very quick, easy read. It's only 104 pages. It's total laughter and humor all the way through the book. But it is insightful. So go to Amazon, do the review. If you're not a person who's looking to get married and you're not married, no big deal. Just leave a review for this kid, and I will love you for it. It is How to Get Away with Marriage. I mean, don't that sound crazy? Because it is crazy. And I don't like to be bored. And I don't like dry self-help books. And so it's not a very thick book. It's a very easy read. So go and check it out for me, and I'm going to love you. Okay? I'm going to love you forever. But if you are a person in a relationship, it is a great book. If you are a person who likes to laugh and you like humor, it is a great book. So I tried to be funny and humorous. I know you probably can't tell on this broadcast because, you know, I got to be a teeny bit more serious. But this book has all of my personality in it. It talks about all the crazy stuff that I have done, and in the 21 years that I have been in a relationship, been married. So you'll get to know a little bit more about me and my crazy, silly side with me and my hubby. So again, How to Get Away with Marriage is finally done. I did it like over and over. If you're a writer, you know you never just write. Your life is all about rewrites. So it's finally done, and I could not wait to share it with you guys. It's a humorous guide to help folks stay married, or the folks that are looking forward to getting married. It's a fun book. So you can get some ideas of some things that you can do, some things you can try. I have a little quiz in the back of there with the answers to go with it. So you can just to have it, you know, just be something a little bit different. It's also not a chapter book, so it's definitely just a guide. So I don't want to give the whole book away, but it's not a chapter book. As you can see, it's, you know, fairly thin. So, because I wanted you to be able to grab it, you can pop it in your pocketbook, and your little backpack, you can give it away as a gift. Okay, so enough about that. I wanted to talk to you guys about some things because I wanted to see how, and I will go back to the book as you all keep coming on in. I will go back and I will share this one. I have another one that I will share with you, but it's a children's book that I have two more. Those will come like next week and then the week after that I am having published right now. But because I always talk to you guys about what I do and you don't really get to see it. So I was happy that I actually had some to share. But what I want you guys to come in and chat with me about today, though, because when I was in Tennessee recently, and you know, you go and you get on all the rides and stuff, and you have to wait in all the lines and all that stuff. And there was this one person who was like extremely loud and just talking really loud. And so I want to get some of you guys' views on how you feel about people who are extremely loud in public. The way I was raised is that you don't put all your business out there, you know, and in this time that we're in, like 2017, when you're loud and you're obnoxious, you end up going viral. So, but yeah, there were some folks and they were like extremely loud with their, I guess, conversation. But if you're a person that does it, I'm not knocking you. It just drove me totally insane. It did. I really wanted to tell them to be quiet. But I don't have an issue at all with children and babies, because sometimes that's the best way they can communicate. So I didn't have any issues. You know, I don't have any issues when kids are loud, because I don't consider children to be obnoxious. They're just kids. And I also don't call kids bad, as some people would say. I just feel like they're just kids. They're just getting out of hand. So that's one that I want to talk about. And then since I was there, and I was there so that the children, my children and my, you know, the family's kids could do all of the stuff, the rides and all that stuff. I didn't get a chance to do any of the water stuff, and I'm trying to get into the water stuff. I don't know what it is. So if you guys have any really cool suggestions for places that have like some of the #1 best water slides and water, like, what do you call it? Like an amusement park theme, pop in and let me know, or leave me a DM or email me, because you know I'm going to leave that at the end, because I want to get more of that done. Something that I didn't do while we were there is I didn't get on anything. For some reason, I was just like a scaredy cat, and I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. I don't know why I'm wanting to do the water stuff, but I don't know why I'm not feeling it. Maybe because I never really did the water stuff. I was always like, I'm not going to do anything water related other than the wave pool. That's all I ever do, except, you know, unless I'm at the beach. This time I wanted to do water stuff, didn't see very much of it. And I'm trying to get into that. And I didn't have any excitement about the other stuff. My kids did everything. I didn't have any excitement about it at all. But I did enjoy the fireworks. The fireworks in Tennessee are pretty amazing. So if you live in Tennessee, kudos to your freaking fireworks over there in the Dollywood. They were off the hook, Dolly. She did that. So I wish I could have shown you guys or taken you with me. But once again, in the mountains, the service and the internet and all that stuff sucked. So I couldn't even use my cell phone unless I went into town. So that's why I kind of missed you guys. So welcome. If you just got here, I'm excited to get a chance to talk to you guys a whole hour early. Look, honey, I am not on CP time today. I was here an hour early because I was excited, because I wanted to be on here on Bidchat on yesterday. But, you know, between the traveling and the horrible service, I couldn't be here. So I was so excited today. So I want you guys to come in and chat with me whenever you want to, whenever you can. You know, don't be afraid. I am loud, even though I'm small. I have a huge voice, but don't let that scare you. If I'm ever too loud, you can always pop in and say, turn you down. And I will. I came down for one of my broadcasts and realized that I was like so loud. I was like, oh my God, I think I scared them to death because I was so loud. So I have a big voice to be so tiny. So if I'm too loud, pop on in and let me know. And I'm used to chatting all the time, and I love to chat with people. So feel free to come in and chat with me if you want to. Anytime. Oh, so if you just got here at the beginning, when I first started chatting, I think it was like 4 folks here. I was telling them about the excitement about my new book, How to Get Away with Marriage. It is a humorous book. It is hilarious. If you are not of the age to give a flying flip about getting married, go to Amazon and leave a review. And I will love you. Yes, I will. And my daughters will love you. My husband will love you. But go and check it out. I love how Amazon has it set up where, you know, you can go on there and check out some of the pages throughout the book. So go on there and check out some of the pages throughout the book. I am a nutcake, so my personality is all in throughout the book, all of it. I talk about everything. Some things maybe 1 or 2 things in there that may be a little bit much for an adult. I mean, for a child versus an adult, but it's just 1 or 2. That's it, just 1 or 2. But I also wrote the book for folks that are married. So, and I tell it like it is. I am straightforward. I am 100% all the time. You get what you get. Very transparent. So that is what is in this book. All the ups and downs and the crazies about the 20-something years that I have been married to my crazy husband. And you guys, since I'm talking about this, even if you are not married, please, 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 I love this. I love to chat with people about this when I have the opportunity to, because you guys know I'm a relationship guru and relationship coach. And so I love to talk about how you met your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your spouse. Doesn't matter who they are, nationality, race. It doesn't matter. I want to know how you met, because I am infatuated with folks being in love and being in relationships. And I think I may have told you guys once, but it may have been like a year ago, you know, how my husband and I met when I was in college, and he came over to my dorm, and I was talking about my book. So if you just got here, that's what you hear me talking about. But yes, I was with this other guy, and we were in high school, and we were going to be all in love and married and all that stuff. And then he decided that he was going into the military. His parents hated me because he was Japanese, and Indian, and I'm everything. And so I don't claim that. I'm African American and other. And so his parents hated me. They hated my brown guts. And so the majority of the time that we were in a relationship, they, they bought him a car if we would break up, and they would, oh my God, they said one time they would rather him date a young man rather than to date me because I'm African American. And so it was always like a difficult struggle for us to be together. So finally, I guess he was tired of it. I really don't know what the issue was, honestly. But we had planned. I was a year ahead of him, and I graduated and was going off to college. He was still in high school, and the plan was always I was going to leave and go to college, and then he was going to leave and come where I was, but he wasn't going to go to the same school. And then all of a sudden, he just said, I don't think we can do this anymore. I'm just gonna, my hair is whack-a-doodle. It's flat, whatever. But he said, I don't think I can do this anymore. And I was like, oh my God, we were gonna get married. You know how you're all in love when you're in high school. And he said, you know what? By the way, not only can I not do this anymore, but I'm going into the military. And so it was like bittersweet because my granddad and his dad and my dad and all three of my brothers and my husband all were in the military. Everything from Navy to the Marines to the Air Force, Armory, my family, all. So I was kind of happy, but then I was like, well, dang, he just kind of dropped me. So I met my husband, I think it was my sophomore year. Yeah, and we were chatting about it one day. We were talking all about it. And I started telling him, I would always tell him all the time how my relationship was with my ex. Girls, don't do this. I did a show about this. Your new man don't really want to hear about your old man. Don't do it. It drives him insane. It is so annoying. He will listen to you, but whenever you finally sit down and chat about it, he's going to tell you that drove him crazy. My husband didn't tell me it drove him crazy for quite some time, but I used to talk to him about it. But at the time, he wasn't my husband. He was just like a friend that just listened to my sob story. And then out of the blue, one day, hello, if you just got here, welcome to Inspirational Media. I am Rashika Roberts, and I am chatting today because I was sharing my book. So I was just talking to you wonderful folks out there about my relationship because I want you to feel free and be brave enough to come in and tell me about yours. I don't care if it's a puppy love. I don't care if it's a new love, an old love. It doesn't matter to me. So I was, we used to always go to Taco Bell. We didn't have any money. We used to always go to Taco Bell after class. And I hated math. So he did all my math and I did all of his English. So after class, we were going over it and all that stuff. We decided we're just going to go to Taco Bell. We're not doing any more work. We went. And then afterwards we came back and we were sitting out in front of my dorm. I went to North Carolina A&T State University. I'm an Aggie. And we were sitting in the car. And so I was just like, oh, yes. And I started talking about the ex and all that stuff you don't want to do. And out of the blue, he said, I'll be right back. And I was like, oh, my God, rent somebody else's way. And he, trying to remember, it was 22 years ago. Because we dated for a year before I got married. So he pops out he drives me back up to the dorm because we were kind of across the street from the dorm in the parking lot. And so he pops out, not pops out, I keep wanting to say that. Oh, he pops out of the parking lot and takes me up to the dorm. And he goes, I'll be right back. And I go, what do you mean? And I was still all crying, y'all. I was all of that. And he said, you'll never cry about that guy ever again. And I was like, what the? I was like, okay. So he pulls off and he stays gone. I want to say 3 or 4 hours, maybe. It was enough time for it to get dark. And then he came back, and the RA called me downstairs and said somebody was here to see me. So I go downstairs, and when I come out of the dorm, you have to go down and you walk, and I come out to the right, and there he was on his knees. And you know how we do. We don't want to be embarrassed by a guy. I don't care if we're 15 or 55. We never want to be embarrassed, right? So I was like, oh my God, get up. Get up. And he was kind of looking at me like, are you crazy? And I was like, oh my God, what are you doing? Kind of in my mind, I knew what he was doing, but then again, I didn't. I had just turned 19. So he opens up the thing, the ring, and I go, oh no. Like, oh God, like my mom is going to kill me, you know? So he asked me, will you marry me? And I said, yes. That was 22 years ago. And that, my friend, is how this book became. I will talk about a lot of the crazies in this book. Things I've done, things I know not to do, things people don't tell you about getting married is all in here. So go to Amazon and check it out. But I thought it was the craziest thing, because I said, I don't even know how you will even talk to me, because I literally just got done bawling to you for months about my ex, because my ex and I have been together for going on 3 years. Yeah. So I was like dead set, knew, honey, that I was getting ready to get married, honey, until I guess he had had enough, you know, with his parents. I never met his dad because his father did not want to meet me because I was African American. I never met his real dad. He lived with his stepdad and his mom. And so another huge reason why I tell you guys about that story and about how they hated me because of the color of my skin, it is the craziest thing in the entire world to not like somebody because of their skin. Because of their skin. I was the same crazy person. I made all A's. You know, I didn't stay out late. I mean, my parents were preachers, so I was a PK kid, preacher's kid. And so some people go, I know some of y'all right now like, oh my gosh, you was off the chain. I really was not. I was like the crazy chick out of the sisters, out of my siblings, who did what my mom said, because they used to say stuff like, growing up in church, they tell you, if you don't do as we say, you cut your days short. And I really, honest to God in heaven above, I really want my days to be long, 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 and I want to live a long time. So I always did exactly what they told me to do. And I would even tattle on my siblings if they didn't, because I'm like, you're going to die. You're going to die young and go to hell, honey, if you don't do what the parents say. So I'm like, I'm helping you. When I tattle, I want you to live long, even though they hated that. But my daughter now, I think 2 years now, my 20-year-old, she'll be 21 next month. She is dating a young guy who's a Caucasian male. Well, of course, if he's a guy, he's a male, but a Caucasian young man. And wouldn't I be like the craziest person in the world to say I don't like him because he's a white guy? First of all, none of us is just one race. So let's get that through your head, okay? And I can't stand, I shouldn't say I can't stand. Oh, yes, I will, because y'all know I tell the truth on here. And I don't like, because I heard someone too when I was in Tennessee throwing some judgment on these two young females. And I don't like when people judge, oh, my hair going whack-a-doodly crazy, y'all. I don't like when people judge people just because they're not in a heterosexual relationship. It drives me insane. I'm just like, even though I was raised in the church and I was raised that all things are wrong and you're going to die and go to hell unless you live by the Bible. I do believe, though, we have to have our own beliefs. We have to create our own relationships. We got to do what we love and what brings us joy and happiness. And whatever you serve, I don't believe they're sitting, looking down, going, oh my God, you know, I can't believe you're doing that. And I can't believe you're doing that, especially if the number one thing for all of us is just to love, love, love. And I say that a lot in my book, that we just need to accept each other for who they are. I'm crazy. I'm loud. I'm talkative. I'm extremely extroverted. I talk with my hands. My husband is totally opposite. So he's introverted. He's an engineer. He's very quiet. Right now, I think he's out back smoking a cigar and I'm chatting with you guys. We are totally opposite. But the reason why we've been able to get to where we are, is that a piece of hair or something on my face? The reason why we've been able to get to where we are is because I just accept him for who he is. The crazy stuff, the bad stuff, passing gas, the snoring, it all drives me insane. But he was made that way for a reason, and I chose him for a reason. Y'all found out how I chose him, but I chose him for a reason. And so I just feel like I have to stick with that, and go with the flow, and just understand it doesn't really matter how old you are. You know, it doesn't matter if you out there, because I know that Bidchat's age has changed somewhat. So it really doesn't matter how old you are or who you are. You still have value. Who you are, what you do, what you want to do, what you aspire to do has value. And so it doesn't matter if someone doesn't like what you do, it doesn't like how you sound, it doesn't like how you look or whatever. Don't let that stuff get in your way, because those people get on my nerves, honey. And I love my parents and they know how I believe. And they don't try to tell me anything differently, because this is just who I am. And I don't plan on changing my beliefs, although we do change as folks. You know, young folks out there, you're constantly evolving, and you need to understand that your little boyfriend or your girlfriend is evolving too. So in 4 months, if they are a different person, that's good. If they're a different person negatively, reevaluate. Okay, you beautiful folks out there. It doesn't matter if you're a girl or a boy, because we're all going to evolve. That's what evolution is all about. It's changing. So pay attention to those things, though, because I did have a friend that told me not too long ago that she noticed that her, I don't know, they don't really have a title on it, but her friend seemed to be acting differently and acting strangely. And so, you know, I always say, kind of take a step back and find out and identify with where he is right now. Like, is he switching jobs? Did he take on something else on his job? That sort of crazy stuff. Does he have new friends? Is he hanging with new folk? There's a lot of different things that make us act strange. So you don't want to go right away to that, oh my God, he got to be doing something. You don't really want to go there first. You know, I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Because I have seen some, not been in, but I've only been in 1, 2, maybe 3 for real relationships in my entire life. Maybe 2. My husband, my ex, and then, well, I should say 2.5, because he got killed. But yeah, 2.5, because he died. But yeah, I never like to go to the bad place. So remember that when you're dating and you're in your new love, your new relationships and that sort of thing. And you kind of can see that the person is being a little bit different. Either they're getting comfortable with you or uncomfortable. And so the body language is going to tell, but you don't want to go straight to, because like my mother told me straight up, because we're just some straight up folks. But my mother told me when a man starts changing his underwear, he's up to something. Woo! So you know. So I'm the only one to buy the underwear. But that is very strange. But of course, you know, I'm 40 and my parents have been together since I was born. So, I mean, she has to know what she's talking about. I always say, listen to the folks that have done it before, because they've done it before. They've been there. They know what the heck they're talking about. Even though I know kids will say, you know, parents think they know everything. And I know my daughter thinks she's smarter than me because she's 16, my 16-year-old. And you know what? On certain things for 16-year-old stuff, she may be in 2017. But I'm old school. And so I'm going to tell it like it is. And I'm going to tell you how I was taught. And no, I don't think I'm right all the time, but I do think I'm a little bit more seasoned than a 16-year-old. So if you are out here and you are 16, you do know what you know, but you don't know more than your mama or your daddy. So listen, okay? Listen to them. So if you just got here, you know I'm going to do it again. For those of you who are already here, upside down. It is here. She is here. I am here. We are here to see you. How to Get Away with Marriage. Doesn't that sound good? It is. But it is not like murder. It is a funny book. It is a funny, it's under the self-help category, but it is humorous. It is a humor guide to help you folks stay married. And if you're planning on getting married, this is a guide for you to grab if you're planning on getting married. If you're not of age to even give a flying flip about getting married, as I said before, go on Amazon and do a review for me. And I would love you for it. Because I would not recommend you go and buy a marriage book. If you care nothing about being married, but it is a humorous book. So I try to gear this book towards, you could literally be 18 years old and get a kick out of it and not married. You can be divorced and get a kick out of it. You could have parents that are divorced and give it to them, and hopefully they will get a kick out of it. That's because I like to see people laugh. I do believe that trust, like people say, trust is the key to a relationship. It is. That's one of the contributions. And if you don't have it, kick rocks and keep moving, because the stress that comes with mistrust is not worth your health. But I do believe laughter is a huge part. My husband and I are very silly. I think we laugh pretty much every day, all day, most of the day, unless we piss each other off. If we piss each other off, we don't stay mad with each other very long. Because I like to laugh. And I put that in the book. Do not hold grudges. You know why? Because while you're sitting there all pissed off, your man or your woman has moved on and forgot about what the heck y'all were arguing about. Yeah, I said y'all, because I just got back from Tennessee, y'all. I like it. I normally say you all. And my nieces and my nephews tell me that I don't talk like a normal person. They always say, you know, Auntie Chica doesn't really talk like the rest of us. That's because I talk all the time. And so I have to be aware of how I sound. Okay. So it doesn't make me any different from anybody else. But you guys know that I am a journalist and I interview people all the time. So, but again, I want you guys to come in. I want to know that you are here. I know I'm not here alone. I see you here. I see you. I see you a little bit, but I want to see your faces. If I am talking about a topic or subject that is not of your interest or not, you know, something that you would typically be interested in, pop right in. I don't care. Talk about your dog and your sister's cousin that flipped off of the truck the other day while they're going to see the fireworks. That's not a true story. I'm just saying, coming up out of my head. You can talk about that. Doesn't bother me at all. Oh, but this is something that I got to ask you guys about. I don't know if you guys out there are huge Bravo watchers like myself. If it's on Bravo, I've seen it and I binge watch it whenever I'm not writing. But did you guys hear the, because I'm talking about relationships and this just popped up in my head. I did not write a show out for today. I was so excited to go live. I literally went up an hour early and I have no cheat sheet. Boom, off the top of my head, so please forgive me. But did you guys hear the news? Or first of all, I'm going to tell you the show I'm talking about. Housewives of Atlanta. Kenya Moore got married. Now, the big story was Phaedra Parks getting fired for the lie that she told about Kandi taking Portia, my girl, taking her down to a sex dungeon to take advantage of her husband. Now that was a lie. So that was the big story. It was the Phaedra and the Kandi and the Portia. Now the story goes, Kenya Moore has gotten married to this guy named Mark Bailey? Mark, honey, his name is Mark. So she went off and got married, and she's been trying to keep this marriage a big old secret. And hold on. She's been trying to keep this marriage a big old secret. And so now I keep up with all of them, honey. I'm trying to tell you, you would think they're my cousins, but she's trying to keep this big old secret. And so I found out that they're thinking about not having her come back on the show. I don't know how much hearsay this is, but you guys know I'm not very far from Atlanta, honey. And they're trying to keep her, thinking about kicking her off the show because her new husband doesn't want to participate in the show. And I thought, well, first of all, Andy Cohen said, I love Andy Cohen. He said recently on another talk show that the men do not get paid because the women are the ones that are hired to do the shows, right? So they don't pay the men. So the men that are on the show are on the show totally voluntarily. So I am trying to figure out. So if you know if this is true, this is what I found out through a little grapevine, that Kenya, get my K's mixed up, may not be coming back. And you guys already know that Nene Leakes is coming back. Yes, honey, that is back. Okay, I'm ready here. I go, bloke. But anyway, she is coming back and Kandi may be out. And I'm hoping that Portia and Kandi got things straightened out. That just, honey, whew, that got me tired all right there. But I really want to know, because I was talking about relationships and that one just kind of popped right up in my head. And I was like, I wonder if the Bidchat folks watch like I watch. I watch all things Bravo. I'm $1 Million Listing. My fave is the one that throws his leg up and is like, wait, that guy. Oh my gosh. I'm so in love with him, it hurts. I can't. And then what is it when they go on the cruise? The Father God in heaven. They have the what is the show where they go on the cruise? Not they go on the cruise, but they're on the boat and they have all the people work on the boat and they always getting into all kinds of crazy stuff. And then they have like the folks that come on the boat are so loud and obnoxious sometimes. It is like on the tip of my tongue, honey. I live for that show. I even started to audition. Then I realized that I'm not the best swimmer. So, but I would love to take a group of girls on the show, girlfriends on the show, and like kick back and enjoy ourselves. I think that would be fantastic. I also would love to create a show. They actually came out with it. You guys seen the show where it's like 1, 2, 3. I think it's a cast of like 5. Hold on. Let me find out. Name of the show. This is why I write notes down. So when I come on, look at my hair. Yo, it is gone wackadoodly. Wait. Okay. Oh, well, it is what it is. Hold on. I'm going to think of it in just a second. Hold on. Oh, and I love Top Chef. I had to tell you about that one. I interviewed some of the chefs for Top Chef. Believe it or not, they're all really cool. But there's this one chef, the blonde hair. He's so mean to everybody. He just is loud and he curse all the time. And so they had asked me to come on and like bring like 3 people. And so I had like my mom and then my 2 sisters, right? And it was supposed to be like a family come on and do the cook. And I mean, cook and stuff. And then my daughters were like, Ma, he cuss all the time. And I mean, shoot, I can curse too. But my mom, you know, is a pastor. And so I was like, oh my God, I cannot take her on the show. So when the producer called me back, I came up with the reason why I could not do it. Because I did not want to go on that show and have that man so loud. And he's scary. He don't really curse and yell at the children, but he's very, very, very scary. I saw him. Okay, wait. I want to get this show out. Hello, you guys, if you just got here. I was talking all about oh my God. Flipping Out is coming back on August the 17th. Oh, Shaws of Sunset is coming back on. I don't know. I've never heard of Stripped. Shaws of Sunset is coming back on July the 16th, 8, 7 Central. And what's her name? I'm looking at her face and I cannot even think of it. Has had a baby. You know, she, the one that had the baby, her baby is Janet Jackson's brother, Jermaine Jackson's son. And I want to see the baby so badly, it's ridiculous. Speaking of babies, has anybody seen Beyonce's children yet? I don't think People has posted them on Instagram. So I'm assuming they hadn't showed the pictures yet. But hold on, I'm going to find it. Below Deck. I feel so stupid. Because I love Below Deck. Love, love, love. Here's another one that we got to watch, okay? Cyrus versus Cyrus. I swear, I love her. Oh my God. And the sister and the mom. Invite Only Cabo. That's the one. Invite Only Cabo. I don't know if you guys watched that one. Woo, love. I told you, when I'm not writing, I am sitting down. My television is always on Bravo. And then sometimes, since you guys know I love love and I love marriage and I love weddings and all that stuff, I don't really don't give a flying fart about weddings because I feel like that's just a ceremony. I love like relationships. And so sometimes I'm not a fan of that Southern Charm, Savannah. But sometimes, I don't know if it drives you guys insane. Hello, hello, if you guys just got here. Again, don't be afraid. I want to know that you're there. I don't want to see you as viewers. I want to see your face. So be sure to come in and talk with me about anything that you would like to talk to me about today. I came in telling you guys about my new book and what it was about and why I created it. And then since it was about relationships, I talked a little bit about relationships, and that's kind of how I got to where I am now. And if you just got here, if you heard the juice about Kenya Moore on the Housewives of Atlanta not coming back, they're thinking about not having her come back because her new Mark husband guy says he don't want to be on the show because he said he don't think that the Housewives of Atlanta represent Black men well. You are who you are. And yes, I know all about editing, but if you said it, it comes out of your mouth, you are who you are. So, but that's what he said. He don't want to be on the show. And so the word is that if Candy's new husband will not be on the show, then they don't want Candy to come back. Not Candy, Kenya. Candy is married to Todd. Hold on. Oh, M to the G of all of them. Potomac. I don't know if you guys love Potomac. Like I love Potomac. But I don't know if you guys realize, I don't know if you watch it, but if you get a chance to go and see it, you know, there's the new girl on there. She's very tiny and she wears, well, most of all the girls got really long hair, but she's son of a fat baby. Honey, I saw something I had to make so I could tell you. But the new girl, I don't know if you guys agree or not. So you guys, you know, go check it out. But if you're not really watchers, like I'm a watcher, I'll just tell you about it. But the new girl comes on there, and I think she's a really, really nice young lady. But I think that Robin and Giselle give her a very hard time because she got together. And they just like, they kind of like bully her. But then again, I hate to say bully her because she can hold her own. But they kind of like team up on her. But she's holding it down. She's holding it down. That's what I like about her. She's like me. Like I'm not one to, I don't believe that you should, that it's very necessary to always clap back. But when girls are messy, like the girls on the Housewives, sometimes it's necessary, okay? Be heard. With my big old mouth, I wouldn't even be worried about these chicks. But I really do think that they team up on her. They call them the green-eyed bandits. And hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, and I don't know if you watch either. Hello, hello, if you just got here. I am chatting it up because I am so excited that I am early and not on my CP time. So I was chatting with everybody else's relationship since I talked about my own earlier. But if you watch Potomac, and you know who Robin is? Robin is the one with the blonde hair. Both of them got blonde hair and green eyes, but Robin is the one that's in the iffy, weird type of relationship where she lives with her husband. And they kind of sleep in the same bed, but he don't really like her. He don't really want to be with her type of thing. Women, don't do that. Let go, especially if he's not feeling you and you can tell. Don't lie to your friends and make it seem like everything is all good when you know it's not. You don't have to have your friends in your business. But I do believe that, you know, for your sanity, it's better if you go ahead and just part ways. You know, love doesn't always, last, and sometimes the love stays there, but the relationship doesn't last. So you're going to have to figure out, what's best for you so that you can find that balance. I hate the fact that she is so gorgeous. And she's just kind of like, yeah, I'm fine with what Juan does. It's okay with me. If he has another girlfriend, that's fine. No, don't do that. Don't do that. You should love yourself and want to be with somebody. Doesn't matter. Even if you're not married and you're in a relationship and he's moving on, don't stick and stay. When the other person has moved on, don't stick and stay. Now, I do say fight for your relationship, but if the other person has moved on mentally, it's time to go ahead and part ways. Let it go. Both of you need it. It's best for both of you. But sounds like Robin and Ashley's going down, hunty. So we will be watching Potomac. Be sure to watch Potomac. But Karen on that show supposedly is having, well, the way they're making it seem, I guess, just to make people like me who are crazy Potomac folk or housewife folk, supposedly having some type of, she's the grand dame, honey, in Potomac. Supposedly she's having like some type of financial issues. So we'll wait and see. We'll watch it together. You watch it, I'll watch it, and we're going to come back and find out. So we got a lot of stuff we got to do. We got to do Potomac. We got to do Atlanta because we got to see what's going to happen with Kenya. We got to do Below Deck. But just because Below Deck, the guests are ridiculous and the things that they ask for. If you've ever been on the show, I'm not talking junk about you because I don't know you. But most of the time when I've watched the show, it's very rare that they get the guests that don't ask for like all vegan, or they want all of the boat toys and they want to go off the island for, XYZ amount of hours and that sort of stuff. So I'm not judging you. I'm just saying it's very rare that they get very calm guests. Okay. But I love when on the show, I love when the like the husband plans like a, what is it? Like a wedding. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. I did good because my sneeze is loud like the devil. But I love when they plan like these little wedding ceremonies and then they make a cake and all that stuff, because you guys know I love love and all that stuff. We're gonna do the, excuse me. Sorry, that's so bad. I literally sneezed like 7 times before I went live. I thought I was done. Some about that changing the weather, like changing. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can show you guys. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm going to try to show you guys. I meant to do it. I meant to set up a time to set it up on my other camera for you guys to see some pictures of vacation. But I was so excited to come on and talk to you guys about my new book that I totally forgot. So I don't know how well you can see. No, you can't see it all that well. Wait. Nope, can't see it. What I'll do is, because I want you guys to see this view. It is like my kids in my class used to say, amazing. It is amazing. But it was something about being so high up in the mountains that every day, and if you guys know what it is, come in and chat with me about it and tell me if it's ever happened to you. But every day my allergies were horrible. My ears, I had like the earaches, and my face would swell, and my sinuses and allergy was like crazy. I had like face aches every day. It was so weird. I don't know if it was because of the elevated, the elevation. I don't know. So now that I'm back home, all I've been doing is sneezing. I have no idea. I think I'm the switching in the climates and stuff. But I really want to show you guys how we were up there all in the clouds. It was so exciting for the kids. But then again, I was scared to death. And I actually got out of the car and stood totally on the side, like there are the mountains. And then I stood on the side and then I took a selfie with the mountains and the drop right behind me. And I'm scared to death of being in the mountains. I don't even really like to go to the mountains. I'm one who would rather go to the water. But I did it for the kids. You know, because mamas do everything for the kids. But for the very last time, because I can't help myself, and if you're here and you're going, oh my God, I don't want to see her show that stupid book, I'm going to do it. The book is finally done. So don't forget, just because I'm coming down, I want you to remember what this looks like. It is called How to Get Away with Marriage. And it's for those of you who are planning on getting married. It's for those of you who have been divorced. It is for those of you who are married. It is even for those of you who are just kind of dating. You also could actually enjoy the book from, I say, 18 on up, because there are some things in there that can be a little bit explicit, but it's only like 2 pages. But that's because it's for grown folks. And so it's a humor guide to help folks want to stay married. And for those folks who are kind of like thinking, I'm on my way out the door because I am sick of you. It's for you as well, because you may want to stay after you read the book. There's a lot of funnies in there because, like I said, it's a humor guide, and I don't like dry stuff. I hate it, hate it, hate it. I hate when I pick up a book and it's like something I've read before. When you see me on the cover, I look kind of serious. That's because the book is How to Get Away with Marriage. It's supposed to be like you're getting away with something, and you are. You're getting away with being married. So you're going to stay that way. And so if you have a mommy out there or a daddy out there who been acting crazy, you're trying to figure out what's going on with them, just tell them, go to Amazon and check out How to Get Away with Marriage. I will be doing some book tours, but I'm still working on all of them because they are all over the place. Between North Carolina, Atlanta, Los Angeles. Where else did I say I was going to go? I'll be all over North Carolina. And I only picked 2 places in Los Angeles. But I'm still working on the list because I literally just got the books 4 days ago. 4 or 5 days ago. So I'm still working. So, but I had to tell you about that because I talk about it all the time. And I talk about what I do all the time, but you never get to see it. You just get to hear me go and chat about relationships. And you never, ever get to see what I do. So when I am in your town, honey, I want you to, because I'm going to come in here and shout it out where I'm going to be. I want you to be like, I'm going to be there. Okay. So if you are here, again, because I could talk for another 4.5 hours and not stop. So if you are here and you want to come in and chat about anything, feel free. At the top of the hour, I did ask the question though, if it annoys you guys, anybody out there, to hear couples or families chat about not chat, but go at it in public out loud. That tended to happen because, you know, we were getting on a lot of rides and there were a lot of lines. And so that did happen. It drove me insane because I feel like, you know, when you have kids there, basically when anybody is around, but when you have kids there, they don't really necessarily need to hear about what's going on with you, because that's why people take their cell phones out and record your crazy looking self. So if you're one of those people that do that, kind of figure out a way to have some self-control, because you will go viral. Around my kids, you will go viral because literally we're those type of people. When you act crazy, like, you know, even my mom will say, get the phone out. And so I don't want you to be one of those people. I haven't recorded anybody, but again, my daughter is a you nower, and she has a channel, and so of course she won't miss a thing. And if it happens around her, she's gonna pop on you now and tell all your business. But we didn't get to go to any of the conventions this year, so I'm hoping that they have one in August. And you know what else that I hope happens too? I would love for Bidchat to have like a convention in LA, and the Bidchatters get together. Well, I say Bidchatters. You don't have to be calling yourself a Bidchatter. I call me that myself. And the broadcasters get together, and we get to meet, you know, everybody that kind of watches the broadcasts. So I'm gonna have to work on that. But I think that would be a great idea. Like, I don't know if you guys think it would be a great idea, but I started with Bidchat. I think it was last summer, or was it summer? This is year 2. So the first year, when I first started my show, it was called, my broadcast was called Right, Wrong, or Normal. And so I have seen some of the people that started out with Bidchat. And then when Bidchat, you know, when they went down and they were working on some things and came back, I saw some new people. So I think it will be really interesting to get a chance to do, to be a part of like a convention, and we get to meet everybody. Because when my daughter goes to these like YouNow and YouTube conventions, that's not the name of them. I'm typically the parent that goes with the friends, because I don't mind hanging out with them, and I, you know, get everybody's autograph and all that kind of fun stuff. Like, I'm the crazy parent that does that with the kids. So I enjoy going and meeting everybody. Like, my daughter took like a bazillion pictures with Wonder Girl. I can't think of her name. Lord help me, Father. Talia. When I come back on, I'm gonna have her name. But she just takes all these pictures with her YouTubers and YouNow folk, and they all take pictures, and they go in these little rooms, and they're all smiling, they're taking pictures. I just kind of go with the flow and hang out with everybody. I think it is so cool. And then some of these folks have books and stuff out, and so I'm like, you know what? And I am one of these crazy people that if you are a Bidchatter, like, I want to get to know you and meet you and hear about your show, and maybe we could do a show together, and maybe we could, I ghost write a lot. So I could ghost write, nobody even has to know it's me. And I could write your book on how you got started with Bidchat or whatever you're doing. And because Bidchat is such a great platform for you to do what you love. So, and talk about what's going on in your life. Like right now, I'm like showing my book to 97 people. And I'm also streaming this to YouTube. So it is absolutely amazing. So, and I could have done it with some other ones, but I am not a Periscoper. I used to be, I'm not. So I didn't think about to do that. But I think it would, we are going to have to work on doing that. I think maybe like in 2 summers, because 2 seasons, I don't know. But I think it would be great to get all the Bidchat folk together. And so that way I can meet everybody. And get to see who you are, because hello, if you just got here, I am at 100, which makes me oh so excited, but I can't see your faces. So that drives me insane. But if you just got here, I was talking about how I think it would be such an amazing thing for Bidchat to have a Bidchat convention. I think maybe not next summer, but maybe the following summer. And we get to meet all of you guys. So like for those folks who are afraid of people like me, because I just go and I can go from one thing to the next, and it could be a bit scary. And like, I am not coming in to talk to her. She's too extroverted and she's crazy. We can meet at a Bidchat convention. And believe it or not, I will make that happen, honey, because I'm gonna go get her. I will go and get that convention and bring it to all of us. But in the meantime, I don't have time to do that. I have to work on my book tour. So I hope that I get a chance to see all of you guys. And I hope that a lot of you will go and check out How to Get Away with Marriage so that you can see who I really am. Because right now, here you get to hear me talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk about all my shows. But I am interested in what everybody else is doing as well, and your shows that you love, and the things that you watch, because, you know, this is another one. People's Couch. I think it's called People's Couch. I love my sister and I. While I'm talking about it, my sister and I love football. I'm a Panthers fan. So when the game is on, my sister and I literally watch the game together on different apps, whatever app we can use. We will watch. I even did one of my shows, like I was supposed to be live on one Sunday, and I literally did my broadcast live while watching the game, kind of like the People's Couch. So if you, I think I'm going to sneeze again. But if you have a show out there that you absolutely love, feel free to come in, tell me about it. I will watch it and we will chat about it on here. Although my show is typically about inspiring you to live your best life, and to create your own best relationship. And I interview people and I come back with their stories. Although that is typically what I do, I'm always open to what you are doing, because I'm here to inform, entertain, and engage. So I want to chat with you as much as possible and come up with as many cool ideas for my broadcast or your broadcast if you have one. So I look forward to doing that. And another thing that I always forget to share on here, if you ever, because I've been told that I have to talk about it on my podcast. But if you're ever on here, and because you hear me talk about my books and I show you all this kind of stuff, I am learning everything that I can so that I can share everything that I know. So if you're a person out there, I don't care if you're 12, 13, 15, 25, 55, 65, 85, 105, I don't care. If you have an interest in writing and publishing, please feel free to come in and ask me. I would love to help you because that is my passion. And I don't write so that I can just tell you I'm an author. I write so that I can help inspire other folks to be authors as well. So if you're out there and you got that story in your head, or that script, because I screenwrite as well, but you got that story in your head and you just want to get it out, because people say that all the time and I kind of don't know where to start, hit me up. Rashika, Rashika, at RashikaRoberts.com. That's my email. Or you can go to my website, RashikaRoberts.com, or my Instagram, Rashika Roberts, or my Twitter, Rashika_R. And you can reach out to me however, any one of those. I'm always there because I always blog every day. So, and I do my podcast, but I link my podcast to my website. So there are various ways to get to me and say, hey, I saw you on your broadcast and you were talking about this. Can we chat about that? Do that. And I don't have any of my children's books with me because they're not with me right now. They're all over the place. I also travel to schools and I try to inspire little kids to be big readers and little authors. So, and what I do is I read and I dress up as the characters of my book, and I get the kids dancing and stuff because I taught school for 6 years, so I still love my babies. So if you want a crazy person like me who's not afraid to be in front of, I typically have about, I don't want to say about 5 or 6 classes, anywhere from kindergarten to 2nd grade. And I hop up there and I read my children's books and I dance and I am silly crazy. So if you ever want me to come to your school, hit me up again. I will say Rashika at RashikaRoberts.com and I will be there for you because I love to engage with folks and children. I have 3, and I come from a family of 6 kids and 3 adopted. So I'm used to getting in there and cutting up. Doesn't matter what age you are. I can hang out with the best of you, honey. I can still dance with you little teeny boppers, and then I can still do my thing with the old folks. So don't ever be afraid to come in and chat with me here on Bidchat about whatever you want to chat about. I'm totally open. Because, you know, my baby is 10, and my second oldest is 16, and my oldest is 20. So we can talk about anything. Boys, girls, what not to do, what you've been doing, what you think your parents don't know, but they do. All of that good stuff. So I will be here. But most of the time when I come up, I will have a specific topic that I will be talking about. But for those folks that say, you know what, I'm not interested in that sort of thing, I venture off just so I can touch or hit something that you would be interested in. That's just what I do. This is what I do. That's just who I am. I'm kind of like that wild card, weird chick. Because my husband and I always say normal is overrated. So we're about as weird as they come. So I did not get to see any of your beautiful faces. But I know that you are amazingly gorgeous, because I believe that everybody is. Really, that's just how my mother raised us. I think the ugly is within, you know, because you know how you meet some really pretty people and they're really pretty on the outside, but when they open their mouth, you're like, oh my God, keep your mouth closed, you'll be cute. So yeah, the ugly is normally on the inside. So I believe that everybody is absolutely gorgeous, hunty, or you can be if you believe you are. So if you just got here, I'm not going to show my book again, because I know that I would drive some of my wonderful folks that have been here with me all this time crazy. I literally said that I was going to come on and be on for like about 45 minutes. My 8 o'clock show normally lasts about an hour, so I couldn't help myself. So, but again, I am typically on Thursdays and Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Today I was early because I wanted to share my book. So if I'm not here on Thursdays, on a Thursday or Friday at 8 p.m., I'm coming or I'm traveling. So I like to apologize in advance, even though I tell everybody, never give people excuses. Excuses. But sometimes when I'm traveling, I'll say, you know what, I think I should just go ahead and grab my phone and go live. But depending on where I am, it's not going to be all that clear. So I either want to do it well, or don't do it at all. But I really want us to think about that Bidchat convention in LA. I think it would be a great idea. I really do. Or maybe like something small. They actually did something like that. In the very beginning, they had the Bidchat folks to come to the headquarters. They did. And I couldn't come because I was busy and I couldn't be there. But in the very beginning, when Bidchat got started, they did have some of the Bidchat folks, the broadcasters. But I think maybe like not next summer, but the following summer, it would be a great idea. So for some of those out there who don't like to come in on other people's broadcasts, they could still meet these crazy folks that get in front of the cameras and chat. Speaking of cameras, the next time that I have to either go in a studio or I have to produce anything, I will try my hardest to take Bidchat with me. I think it's going to be very fun. I'm going to be doing the audio for this book. Pray for me. 104 pages. I'm going to be doing the audio for it. So I will be in the studio. So I'm going to ask my engineer if he allows me to go live in there so you guys can see me if you're not bored to death. That way you'll at least get to hear some of what the book is about if you don't purchase. And I'm not one who really cares. I mean, people, you should. I do care. I'm more about the reviews. I want you to be like, oh my God, it sucked. Or I want you to say, oh my God, it was amazing. And so that way I know what direction I need to go the next time, or if there's anything I could do differently or anything that I could change. Because every time I write a book, I go to all of my family, and instead of me saying, I want you to rush off to Amazon or Barnes and Noble and buy my book, I always say, I want you to just give me reviews. And I want you to tell me, you know, like if it sucked, if it was good, if there was anything I could change. Yeah. Or like, why the heck did you say that? So, because everything that I write is comedy. I don't do anything serious except for film and television. So I like to spend my time doing comedy in my books and in my children's books. The next one that you guys will see, I'm so excited about, is Stomach Bug, and it is hilarious. Think about it. Think for a minute, no matter how old you are right now, listen to this broadcast. When you hear me say the word stomach bug, we've all heard it before. What do you think of? So go from there. And that's how I created that book. But I'm excited about that one because I want kids to know that it's not really a bug in their tummy. They're just a little sick. So I'm so happy that all of you came to hang out with me. You could have been doing something else, right, on this Friday. But you decided to come and listen to me chat about relationships and love and my relationship and television relationships and shows that I love to watch. I always try to connect them all together, even though it sounds like I'm a rambling fool. If you're here from start to finish, you'll see that I just force myself to connect all the dots to get to the end. So come back on Thursday at 8 o'clock. I keep hearing ticking in this room. You guys don't understand. For you new folks out there who have never seen any of my broadcasts, I won't talk about it long, but for some of you who have seen my broadcast, you probably already heard me talk about when there is an entity that lives in my home. And I think it was a child, because I know it was a child because we've all seen the little boy, but now the thing stomps and knocks over stuff. So we know that it's either grown up or it was what is the word? It was like portraying itself as a kid is what I learned. So I keep hearing things. So if y'all see me looking around, that's why. Because most of the time I'm scared to death. And yes, we are still here because I have not been able to sell my home because I don't slow down. So how are you going to sell a house when you're not even here? But yes, so we are looking to get up out of here. But I did post a video on YouTube, and I was live on my broadcast, and I was trying to tell you guys about, see, like you guys can't tell, but you get, if you've ever known or heard or seen, you get like a coolness, and I just got it. But anyway, I was live, and I was trying to chat with my fabulous Bidchat folks. And I was just telling them, because I was done with my broadcast. I was even in my moo-moo, honey. I had dressed down because I used to do a show after the show. And I was chatting like I'm chatting now. And I was saying, oh, you guys, I just want to tell you, you know, there's an entity in my home. And the lights were doing all like this. And I was scared to death. And then I started moving my cameras to see if it was maybe me shadowing and stuff. No. And I could tell you like a bajillion things that has happened in the house, but I have learned that that's not a good idea. So, but the latest one I will tell you is that my covers got snatched off of my butt, and it scared the crap out of me. I jumped out of my bed and went in my daughter's room. So, this was like probably not too long after I shared with Bidchat that there was an entity in the home. I think like about 3 or 4 weeks, maybe like something like that. I was asleep and the covers go when they come off, and I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, well, maybe I just moved. You know, you got to debunk everything so your mind don't play tricks on you. And then, you know, you lay back down and you know, your mind tells you maybe you just kind of slid in the cover. And so you lay back down. I lay back down, and then all of a sudden, and all my covers like straight to the floor. So, yeah. So now I've learned that I'm very careful with what I share and what I do. Yeah. And I'm never home alone. So if you have one in your house, don't be like me. Get out. Because it is for real, hunty. But anyway, so that I don't scare any of you. But that is the God honest truth. I would not lie about that. I would not make that up. Everybody keeps saying, why don't you have somebody come to your house and check it out? And my biggest fear is that I feel like when they leave, then the thing is going to attack me, because I got pushed down the stairs and had to be rushed to the hospital, and I messed up my ribs and all this kind of stuff. The thing doesn't like me. So I don't want to bring anybody here to freak it out. So I don't know why it doesn't like me anyway. I don't know why it doesn't like me. Maybe it's because I record a lot. And because that's the first time I had the thing with the flickering of the lights and stuff. So, but anyway, I'm gonna keep on doing what I do. I'm not really in fear anymore as much as I used to be. My mom prays over the home, and she calls me every day and say, I send all the angels your way. And so I don't have the fear as I used to. I'm just a little bit more cautious. So I'm just a lot more cautious than I used to be. But I thank you so much, you guys, all of you guys that were here. And I said I wasn't going to do it again, but I am. She's in Amazon right now, and she's on her way to Barnes & Noble, How to Get Away with Marriage. It's a humorous guide, and so that you can do some laughing while you're trying to stay with that crazy person of yours and help you remember why you guys got married. And if you don't care anything about getting married, so what? Go on there and leave a review. But I thank all of you for being here. You are amazing. You are fabulous, because I said so. So if you didn't hear it today, you are fabulous. If I could hug you, I would. But I can't. So I still love you anyway for being here with me for 1 hour and 22 minutes and 25 seconds that you were here listening to my big mouth. I also said at the very beginning, I have a very big voice, and I talk kind of heavy. And so I came down off of one of my broadcasts and realized I was so loud. So I'm not in my particular studio right now. And so I tinker with the sound. So if I am very loud, feel free to tell me. I am not going to get upset. I'm not going to get embarrassed. I'm not going to be mad at you at all. But I sit up as well, too, because I feel like slouching is bad for your back. So sitting up is also going to make my voice protrude that way. So very loudly. So if I'm too loud, leave me a little note or pop in and say, you are loud as. Can you calm down some? I know I have a big voice because I'm so tiny and I feel like I have to. Again, if I'm ever chatting about something that you literally cannot stand, don't go. Don't go. Come in and talk about something else, and we will talk about whatever topic you like. Remember, I am here to inform, entertain, and engage. And never, ever, ever, ever be